So welcome guys, my name is Kanji. On this channel, BME Lab Garden and Garage, we've been looking at some of the projects that I've been doing, mostly woodworking projects, gardening projects. Now we are looking at a motorcycle repair project. So this is a motorcycle. First of all, this is a TVS HLX 100cc. It's a motorbike that I bought it for the purpose of doing ride hailing, and I gave it to somebody to be using it. So after a while, this is not an easy business, as I will take you in another video. I'll explain to you how hard it is to run such a business. But the condition that this motorcycle came back in is such a bad condition that I have to start working on it again. You can see how dirty it is. So first of all, I'm going to be working on the electrical components. I'll be taking out all the wiring, because the wiring harness in itself is in such a bad condition that I need to work on it again. And maybe later I'll buy a new wiring harness, but for now I'll try to repair the one that is there first. So that's me setting it up. Let's see what you're going to be able to achieve in this video. I'll be doing a full restoration of this motorcycle, so make sure that you follow, make sure that you like, and also comment. Now I have first to take out the tools that I'll be using. That's just a simple screwdriver set. I'll get a good one, but for now that will work. We have our WD-40. So I'll place down all the tools that I'll be using in a polythene bag. So place the WD-40, the screwdriver set. Have my multimeter there, and the lead wires. I also have there. I have a hammer, though it's advisable that you use a mallet. I have a socket wrench set. I also have a set of spanners, the combined spanners. When buying, I thought of buying the ring spanner, but I thought that the combined spanner would be the best fit for different kind of works. So the first step would be first removing the side covers. I'll first remove those side covers. that is the clutch cable. The bike itself came when the clutch was destroyed. The clutch cable, don't know what happened, but it wasn't okay, so I have to replace also that clutch cable. So let me first disassemble this motorcycle, and we'll be back after it's fully disassembled. Now let's remove the gas tank. And place it to the side. Next we are going to remove the battery, and we are first going to disconnect the negative terminal. And then we'll disconnect now the positive terminal. That is used to hold the battery in place. Here I was using some WD-40 to be able to unscrew some of the screws that are holding the area where the air filter is, but the screws were so tight that I could not be able to get them off. So I'll have to buy a good screwdriver to be able to do that. These Phillips head screws are sometimes are very problematic, because once they start slipping, it's very hard to unscrew those screws. This air filter was one of the most important things that I needed cleaned, but I'll work on it later when I start working on the mechanics. Right now, let's first work on the electricals. And see how hard it is. Now when you come to the electrical, I will first by unscrewing the head bucket to remove that headlight. Although there's no light inside, I'll have to find a good bulb to be able to replace that front part. So the head bucket has got 2 screws on this specific bike that I have to unscrew to be able to remove that headlight. And there it is, no bulb. So on the inside we've got some bulbs. These are supposed to be for the for the dashboard. I bought this bike with a good dashboard. It wasn't really good, but I replaced it. But when receiving back the motorcycle, there was no dashboard. It was destroyed. So now on this part, I'm trying to remove the switches for the right handlebar. Also, these switches need replacing. This is the switch that holds the throttle handle, and also it has got switches for the tail light, the headlight, and also off. We also have other switches, like for the other switch that it has is for the kill switch. So those are the two main switches that are on this right handlebar. So let's first remove that throttle cable so that you can be able to remove the right switch. Next, I'm going to remove this head bucket so that I can be able to access the wires that are inside. So now the head bucket is out, and the wiring harness at the front is now fully exposed. So those are the wires for the switch, the turn signals. So now I need to remove this induction coil. This is the one that sends sparks to the spark plug. So I have to unscrew it in place because I need to test if all the electrical components are working. So in another video we look at me testing now this induction coil, and that is the wire now from the TCI, or what you would call a CDI, but in this motorcycle the technology used is TCI. Now there is the coil. Now I have to return all the screws in place so that I don't lose them when I come back to now fix the coil and any other component. Next we have to disconnect the TCI. Now this sends the sparks now to the coil. In another video we look at a full comprehensive of how we get the pickup signal from the stator, and then the power from the battery, because this is a DC, it uses DC current, not AC from the stator, and how it sends that specific power now to the coil. So in order to fully remove the TCI, first I have to unscrew this regulator rectifier, because that's where we have the earth connection, because TCI or CDI requires earthing also. This is where we have the earth for the regulator rectifier, the TCI, and the one from the battery. Basically, an earthing is just a negative connection from the battery to the frame, so that the whole of the frame will have the negative charge, or the negative end. So with the regulator rectifier, now you can see the wires for the earthing, and the TCI is now out. So we'll look at these different wires and what they do in another video. So this is the regulator rectifier. Its main purpose is taking the AC current from the stator and converting it to DC so that it can charge the battery. And here we have the relay. This specific relay is for turning the starter, the electric starter. In another video I'll also explain how a relay works and why it's important in our setup. Also, you can see the wiring done here, it's not really good, but we'll fix that. That is our relay. It's a 4-pin relay. And those wires are that connector there now connects to pin 85 and 86. There it is. It's dirty. We'll need to clean it also, and also we'll need to test if it's working correctly. Now at the back, we disconnect that connector. That is for the tail light. The tail light has got two purposes. First is the running light, which is basically the tail light, and also it has got the braking lights, and also it has got the earthing. So those are the three wires that normally go into the tail light. Also at the back we have the two turn signals. We have the right turn signal and the left turn signals, and also to the turn signals we also need the earthing. So I have to disconnect the right turn signal there and the left one, and then this other one is for earthing. It was so tightly crimped that I had to use a pair of pliers to remove the connectors. Now that the back part is, I've already removed all the wires for the back part. Now I have to pull that wire harness from the back. But before that, also here we have we have a relay, a flasher relay that I'll show you when fixing the wire harness. And there we have the wires from the stator that I need to disconnect first. That one is for that small one, that one is for the pickup coil. The specific one is for the pickup coil, and it goes to the TCI. And then the other one is for power and grounding now to the regulator rectifier. The other thing that I need to disconnect is the wires to now the braking, because when you press the foot, the brake foot, it's supposed to send a signal to now the tail light. So these are the wires that are used to do that. So I also had to use a pair of pliers to disconnect them. So now let's remove the wiring harness from the back, from the stator, and from the brake light. Now this is the front part. There are several things that I need to disconnect. First, I need to disconnect the two LED lights that are there. I need to disconnect the horn. Also need to disconnect the switches for the LED lights, and also those bulbs for the dashboard. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we can check it out once it's done. So now this last part, I'm trying to remove the LED lights, and also the other thing that I removed was the horn. Also removed the turn signals, and basically that will be it for now, the front part. Now the video doesn't really show me moving the horn and the turn signals, but when doing the replacement, I'll be sure to show. I guess my phone just ran out of space. So the work now is to now fix that wiring harness, to check that all the electrical components are working, the lights are working, the horn is working correctly, the coil is working correctly, the TCI is working correctly, the battery is working correctly, the regulator rectifier is able to charge the battery and also send light to the headlight. All the turn signals are working, the tail light is working. So for the electrical part, we are going to have quite a little bit of things that will be going on, and I'll be sure to document. So make sure that you follow along to be part of this whole journey. In the process, I'll also be showing you how to test these components using a multimeter, and I'll also show you how these components are supposed to be connected, right from the stator up to the headlights, the tail lights, to the horn, to every single component. This applies to this motorcycle, and most of the motorcycles that we use mostly here in Africa, here in Kenya, they have the same principle. But we also have some other technologies that we'll be looking at when looking at other bikes. So my name is Kanji. This is BME Lab Garden and Garage. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe for amazing contents. I'll see you on the next one.